first guest is pop music icon who's sold over 75 million records. She's written a new memoir named after her most famous song. It's called Tell It to My Heart, How I Lost My Bleep, Conquered My Fear, and Found My Voice. Please welcome Taylor Dayne. You're still doing it and dipping in your 50s, because I can relate.
I didn't say dip, but I said in my Oh, wow.
Look
okay.
Whoa.
Yes. Wendy approved. I can tell you that.
Sex appeal.
Yes. Oh.
We all approve. Yes.
Hey.
So, so tell us about this. I mean, you're still relevant. You're still making things happen. You're in your 50s. You're feeling good.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the book's all about that. I mean, it's really been a journey. 30 years this year marks the anniversary.
Wow. Yeah.
Tell It to My Heart, the beginning of my career. 30 years, girls.
Yes.
Okay, so you know, and I'm sure you know, but I mean, 30 years is it's a milestone. It's an incredible achievement.
Yes.
So this started with a TED Talk 2 years ago. I was on TED Women, and it was really so inspiring and just, you know, that's a 6-month preparation for that, and it really just launched into this book. It really was, wow, if I can do this, this needs to be told, this story.
Wow.
Good for you.
Wow.
And as you know, you can ask a question, but I can tell you, you know, this starts off in my childhood, and it's really what really inspired me to conquer my shush and really conquer my fears and find my voice, you know? And it was the literal voice. Obviously, I was a singer at a very young age, but really that voice that comes from within you to really challenge, you know, the decision-making we make along the way. And I'm very pleased. And here I am at 50, and I'm just very happy.
Yes, indeed.
You look happy. You look bright. You know, it's light in you. So cool.
Taylor, what would be your biggest high and your biggest low during your career?
Biggest high is, of course, when your first record, you get signed, and that was Tell It to My Heart.
Yeah.
I was just 19, 20.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're just hustling around New York. I grew up in New York. I'm from Long Island. So the biggest high was that, of course, at the time. But, of course, meeting Michael Jackson, touring with Michael, meeting Prince.
Come on!
Everybody.
Come on.
Barbara Streisand.
Yeah.
Working with all these artists.
Yeah.
And the biggest lows is when you just don't know who you are and what you're doing it for.
Yeah.
We all get through this, we all go through this spiral at times, you know, when you reach that success or that fame and recognition, and you're like, okay, is this all it is?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to dismiss it, because you spend your life, we make goals for ourselves, and of course, I'm very much a believer in that and putting the energy and hours into that. But I have to say, I was very disillusioned when I got there.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand, and that has to come back to why I wrote the book, because that's really the story of, you know, where do you find true love? And that starts from within.
Yes.
Beauty, love, that
Yes.
imagery, you know? And,
The greatest love of all, right?
it really is, no doubt about it. And when you see people falling out of love with themselves, that's when you want to step in and help them. That's true.
So
for
can we dig into your personal life a
Yeah,
little
go
bit?
ahead.
I mean, it's an open book.
Wait, let me protect myself.
So, no, you made a choice to be a single mom, which I think is amazing, and you went surrogacy was your route.
18 years ago.
So when it wasn't talked
18 years
about,
ago,
when
that's
it
true.
wasn't the norm.
Well, in the book, you understand, because I had a health crisis. I was very, very sick as a child, 4 and 5 years old, bladder and kidney infections. I don't think I could have had a child to term. I think it would have been so painful. So having a child, I really wanted to, and I was probably under some elective crap surgery, God knows, and under a haze of drugs going under. And there I saw all these pictures of babies going on, and I'm like, I want a child. And she's like, so have one. And I said, but I can't, I'm not married. And she goes, well, I hire a surrogate. And I'm like, what's a surrogate? This is in LA. And she goes, it's rent a womb child. And I said, what does the baby look like? This was 18 years ago.
Right.
I was thinking I had to adopt. I was 37 or something. And she goes, you rent it looks like you, child. What, you put your eggs and you get your man's donor eggs and sperm. And I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to come out of this haze of drugs, and you're going to tell me this for real.
Yeah.
And I
She
just
did.
never let it go, and she
And
did.
look at them.
And now, 18 years later.
Oh, yeah.
18 years later.
Okay, that's a stud, right? That's
Yes,
that's
that's
Levi and Astoria. They're amazing.
As a celebrity and as a single mom, is it hard for you to date? Because I know that.
No.
No?
Okay, let's get this. Women, it's not hard to date.
Okay.
When you are happy, men just follow you like
Yes.
flies, girl.
Yes.
Follow you like flies. Men
That
love
is
to be
Are they
sexy.
good men? But are they
Yes.
good men, Taylor? 'Cause
Oh,
see,
good
the-
men.
the
You see, she's on a roll today.
Yeah, no,
You're
but
on a
no, I
bender
wanna-
today.
Listen, I want to know, are they good men? Because anybody can get a man. It's not about just getting a man, it's about getting a
Right.
good man.
Well, I'll tell you
Because we
something.
saw that with Miranda Lambert, so I might be on the roll.
No, but it's about
Miranda.
growing to what's in your heart.
You think Miranda's loving herself these days?
Oh, I couldn't know.
About it,
I
Okay,
wouldn't know.
you see, I'm saying, is there a lot of self-love there? So what she's drawing in is maybe because she's hurting. I'm just saying.
Right.
But I can't speak
preach.
to her.
Okay.
You know, I'm just saying. But good men, I think there's good men everywhere. The problem is when we expect something out of somebody that has no you know, you can't make a fur coat out of a raincoat.
Right.
Wait, is that in the
Yeah,
book?
that's smart thing.
Wait,
Yes.
in the book?
You cannot attract to yourself that which is not in you.
Yes, exactly.
Correct.
I want to know, what is your biggest turnoff? Like, if a guy wanted to take you out, what's the biggest turnoff? What's the worst thing a guy can do on the first
Oh,
date?
yeah, that's a good one.
The worst thing.
Tell us, Taylor.
The worst thing he could do, I think, is drop F-bombs or something like that. I mean, I'm streety in New York enough, and I also just think if he just doesn't celebrate the fact that this is special, we're going out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
open a door. Just do something that feels a little
Chivalrous.
special.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay,
like
I mean,
that.
something lovely. That's it.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, you once met Prince, but it wasn't like you just ran into him. He asked to meet you. Like, that's kind of mind-blowing.
Prince, though.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of Prince. What was that like? I'm dying to. I wore this shirt in honor of Prince today. That's how
Did you
obsessed
really?
I swear to you.
Okay, one of the funniest, most playful, funniest guys. And I grew up with brothers. He was sticking his gum out, wouldn't say a word to me. And I ran into him going to a bathroom and he goes, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Taylor." And he goes, "Ooh, girl, I've been wanting to meet you for a long time." And I went, "How long could it have been?" I was Taylor Dayne for about 8 months. And he said, "I saw you at Montreux Jazz Festival." And I go, "Well, what is that in your mouth?" And it was gum, and he was like, "Blah, blah, blah." And I was like, just a sister pulling it out. And he goes, "Girl, you're touching my mouth." And I was like, he goes, "Come on stage with me." I go, "How do we go from there?" I go, "No." I go, "Come on stage with you." He goes, yeah. It was an after-hour party. He was very known for this. Incredible genius, amazing. What a musician, and what a celebrator of collaboration with
Yes,
other artists, and
definitely.
always was that way. So, yeah, I went on stage. 2 weeks later, I'm in Paisley Park, and the rest is kind of history. But he was amazing. Funny man, funny, great man.
Wow.
And Prince just said to, I think, Prince, not necessarily, I was on Michael Jackson tour the week before, and Michael was
So
just...
what was that like?
That was called pandemonium. That was pandemonium.
Amazing.
That hair is
Michael loved-
everything.
Yeah, that hair is everything.
It is.
I don't know whose it was, but it was everything. You're right. No, Michael was just the genius of the art of manipulating and marketing and branding and exposing and the entertainment of it all. It had to be this zhuzh, this insane. He had military behind stage pumping him before he even got on stage.
Oh, wow.
And then, of course, these were stadiums. And stadiums in Europe are not stadiums here. I mean, this was 100,000 people.
Wow.
Wow. And so,
he-
I mean, what was
yeah.
it like going from city to city? How many buses and
150.
Wow.
150 buses for 2 shows a week. I'm lucky if I did 4 shows in the month. I mean, he was off in Monaco. He was with Princess Caroline and and Elizabeth Taylor and doing what he was doing.
Wow.
And it was just little me and Sheryl Crow back there just trying to keep it together. Red Philly games, right topless on the beach, volleyballing and everything. We're like,
She was a backup singer for him,
She
right?
sure
Sheryl
was.
Crow.
Yeah.
Remember that? I can't just stop loving
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
That was
She
her.
sang that with
her
her.
hair was okay. I'm not alone. That was 86.
Yeah, that was 86.
Sheryl Crow's hair was. She'll tell you, was out to here.
Yeah.
It was.
Taylor,
Yeah.
you are such a delight.
Oh my God, I love you.
Thank you for
I love
sharing.
watching you, and thank you,
you.
darling. What an honor.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. Pick up a copy of Taylor's new memoir, Tell It to the Heart, in stores right now.